All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 8 of the Baseline Podcast. I am here with Eddie Montanez and Zach Sabanchik. We're going to talk about the MLB top 10 shortstops, top 10 second basemen, and we're going to give our top 5 to 10 pitchers right now from based off last year. So we'll get started with the second baseman list on the MLB network. Not a huge fan of this list. Jose Altuve seems to always get number one. Let's hear your thoughts on it. Let's start with Zvane.
Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this list at all. I mean, I could see Jose Altuve at first. I mean, there's not really many people that I would argue could be first. Obviously, not a big Altuve fan, but I think he definitely can deserve number one. Jeff McNeil number two. I like that. He's very underrated player. Andrés Giménez, another guy that very underrated player. I mean, he had a really good season last season. Marcus Semien, like him. I can't really see Colton Wong or Gleyber Torres being in the top 10, in my opinion. I mean, obviously coming from a Yankees fan, I just don't think Gleyber has it in to make top 10. I'm glad to see him on the list, but I think you can probably see somebody else in there.
I'd honestly have to disagree. I have Gleyber in my top 5. I think you could put him anywhere in that infield, and he's gonna kill it. I'd put him over Brandon Lowe. I'd put him over Jorge Polanco. I think the only one that on this list that you could really argue that has better fielding than Gleyber Torres is Donovan from the Cardinals. I think Semien at 4 is really good. Like everyone says, he has a down year, but he went 25 and 25. He had 25 stolen bases, 25 home runs. I don't think that's a down year at all. Andrés Giménez at 3 pains me to see this. He was a Met 2 years ago. It sucks that we let go of all these people and they become freaks. Andrés Giménez had a really good year. He was an all-star. He's a really good player in that Guardians offense. He's a good player in that Guardians defense. He's going to be really good for them this year. Jorge Polanco at 6. I just don't see that. I could see Brandon Donovan over him. Colton Wong at 9. He didn't have the best year ever, but he had a better year than Ketel Marte and Jorge Polanco, so I think you got to put him up there. And I just don't like Gleyber at 10, to be honest. I just think you could put him anywhere in that infield. He has a good glove. He's gotten better with the bat over the next couple of years. I think he's going to make a case for top 5, top 3 next year.
No, I could agree with that 100%. I do like the top 2 through 4. I think that's a good order that they're in. Brandon Lowe at 5. It could be debated. I mean, if you want to put him lower, like 6 or 7, because I do think Colton Wong should not be at 9. But this is personally like my personal opinion. Like I think his defense is very, very good. Now, I think that's saying something considering you have Marte at 8, Donovan at 8. They're both good defensive players. Hitting wise, they're also like I don't know how to really feel about it. I have very mixed emotions about it. Obviously, Altuve at 1. Who else do you give it to? I guess you got to give it to him. I mean, his bat has progressed very well over the past few years. Yeah, he is down at bats, but I don't know. Mixed feelings about the whole thing. And Gleyber Torres at 10, I could agree with you 100% that you could really put him anywhere in that infield and he'll tear it up. So, I don't know. Not a huge fan of it, but not upset about the whole thing. So we'll move over to the shortstops. Now, this is a list that I think I could 100% agree with for the most part. Maybe change 1 or 2 things. What do you guys have to say about the shortstops?
I could definitely agree with Turner and Correa. So seeing Correa as number 2. But I think that Seager at 4 is surprising. I definitely would have thought Lindor was going to be 3 or 4. Like, you could argue that Lindor could even be 3. His defense is better than Bogart's. Bogart's bat is just absolutely disgusting. I think you could put Bo and Swanson in front of Seager as well. I think if I were to change this list, in my opinion, I would go Turner, Correa, Lindor, Bogarts, Swanson, Bo, Seager. Then I'd put Adames had a real good year for the Brewers. So then, yeah, I'd put Adames at 8. And then I'd leave 9 and 10 Anderson and Wander. Because I think Wander's a real good player. I just think he had a good rookie year. This year wasn't the best year, but I think this year he's gonna shine. I think he's gonna be real good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Harry. Obviously, number 1, number 2, I couldn't change that. You said about Corey Seager. That surprised me as well, seeing him number 4. Definitely think he deserves to be on the list. He is a really good defensive and offensive player. Big Corey Seager fan, but seeing Dansby at 6 was surprising. I thought, in my opinion, I think it should be Bogarts, Dansby, Lindor, Seager. But also, like you said, Bichette had a really good year. Adames had a really good year. It's tough, but I mean, yeah, Bo Bichette.
No,
I don't know. It's tough. Like you said, Wander Franco came out his rookie year, tore it up. I mean, super fun to watch. This past season wasn't up to his rookie season, but I think he'll continue to improve, continue to make a name for himself. Maybe see him higher next season.
I think.
Honestly,
I think that they honestly should have put O'Neal Cruz at 10 because he didn't have the best. He only batted a 220 something, but the potential that guy has is just unbelievable. He's hitting the ball 106 miles per hour off the bat almost every at bat, dude. He's throwing the ball across the diamond at 106 miles per hour. It's just literally, it's his debut. He had the hardest hit ball of the year and the hardest throw. If that ain't potential right there, I don't know what is. I think you at least got to put him at 9 or 10, even though he didn't have the best showing of the second half of the year, which he played in. I think you got to throw him at least 9 or 10 just off the potential.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Pena. I mean, off of potential wise, you know what I mean? But no, I agree with you. I think that guy's going to be an absolute stud coming up in the next couple of years. I place him in the top 20 as of right now. I mean, I think he needs to show more, especially this season.
Jeremy Pena.
Both of them, O'Neal and Pena. I think both have potential to be top 10.
I'm surprised they didn't put Pena in just for the sheer fact of his postseason, but
he also won Gold Glove. He won Gold Glove this year.
I mean, you look at his regular season. He was good during the regular season. Don't get me wrong, but you think Jeremy Pena, you're thinking postseason, everything he did in the World Series, division championship. I mean, surprised they didn't put him on there just for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. They had him on the fan list. I know that at 5. I mean, that's a little too high currently because the shortstop's just a loaded position at the moment. But after this year, if both of them have a good year, I think this list changes a lot. I don't disagree with a lot of the list.
Being in top 10 next year.
Easily. The only ones that I really change around, like you said, I think Dansby should be higher. I mean, he was a very sought-after free agent. So I'd put him at 4. And then, I would probably keep Lindor at 5 based on the sheer fact that Bogarts has a way better bat than most of the shortstops currently. But Bo Bichette at 7, I like that. Honestly, I can't disagree with the bottom of the list. I like that entire bottom, and I like the entire top. But the only ones I would change were Dansby and Seager.
Yeah, this list is real good. Like I said, I just hate seeing Correa as number 2 because knowing that, obviously knowing if he wasn't Met, he would be on this list. Because Jazz wasn't on the second baseman list, so Correa might not have been on this one because he technically would have been a third baseman. So, I really do like Turner. His bat, his speed, everything about the guy is just unbelievable. Correa. He's Carlos Correa. He's his bat, his defense, everything about him. Like this list, the only thing I could honestly disagree with really is Seager at 4, and then Swanson and Bo under him. Really, that's
Yeah. There's like nobody else I would say should be on the list over any of these guys, but I mean, just think the order just a little bit off.
I think Tommy Edman should have been on the list over like one of them, like maybe Tim Anderson, but
Yeah.
it's whatever.
All right, we'll jump into our most controversial topic right now. Our top 5-ish, 10-ish pitchers in baseball. Basing it off of maybe some last year, maybe the year prior, because some of the guys that I have didn't really play last year. So, I mean, I want to hear Eddie's right off the bat. I mean, he was saying that his list is the list.
Yeah,
So,
I think
That's
this list.
that's the one that should be on MLB Network.
Yeah, 100%. So I have 10, and number 10. I know I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, so this probably ain't the list. But I have Julio Urias from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He had an NL best 2.16 ERA. He had a 17-7 record and 166 Ks. That's a beautiful season. A 2.61 ERA is absolutely disgusting. At number 9, I have Zach Gallen from the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was 8-2 after All-Star break and had a 1.49 ERA and had a 2.82 throughout the whole year. That All-Star break was absolutely gross. He wasn't in Cy Young voting until after that All-Star break. That All-Star break was gross. I think he has a chance of being this year's Cy Young winner. At number 8, I have Framber Valdez. 29 quality starts and 25 in a row. He beat the Groms record of 24. That's just out of this world. He had a 2.82 ERA in the regular season, and that postseason, we all know he was disgusting. A 1.44. That's like that's just different. Like you want a pitcher like that in the playoffs. Like a lot of people, Verlander 1.76 ERA. He's not good in the postseason. Look what Valdez just did, 2.82 in the regular season, and he just went in there and dominated throughout the whole postseason. At number 7, I have Spencer Strider. He was a rookie with a 2.67 ERA and with a 13.81 K per 9. That is gross. He's averaging 13 strikeouts through 9 innings as a rookie. That's absolutely disgusting. And he had 180. His opponents had a 180 average against them. That's disgusting. For a rookie, that's disgusting. Number 6, I have Carlos Rodon, 2.8 ERA with a 12.0 K per 9 and 237 strikeouts. 237 strikeouts, that's a lot, dude. That is a lot. Number 5, I have Dylan Cease. He had a 2.2 ERA. The only problem I see with him is the walk problem out of everyone on the list out of ERA. I looked up all the ERAs and all the stats for pitchers, and out of all the pitchers in the league, he led the league. I think he was top 5 in walks with 78, but to have a 2.2 ERA with 78 walks just proved that he could get out of jams. So I think that's a good number 5. I have Alex Manoah at number 4 with a 2.24 ERA. He was a top 3 candidate for the AL Cy Young. I have Sandy Alcantara at number 3 with a 2.28 ERA and arguably the best pitcher in the National League. Definitely the best pitcher in the NL East. Verlander at 2 with a 1.76 ERA. Yeah, he's old, but the guy just came off the Cy Young winning season. And at number 1, I think we could all guess, I have Shohei Ohtani, 2.3 ERA, and he's hitting 40 home runs a year. I don't think you could put anyone else over him.
I like
can
it.
agree with a lot of it, to be honest with you. Zvani, let's hear yours.
So I just picked 5. Number 5, gotta say this is going to be controversial. Like I said before, my number 5, I gotta go with Spencer Strider. He had 11.5 record, 2.67 ERA, 202 strikeouts, and placed second in Rookie of the Year award this year. He had an insane season. I mean, to throw 200 strikeouts as a rookie, like Eddie was saying, it's insane. It's unreal. I just think he's just going to grow from there, in my opinion. Guess we'll see what goes on. I see he changed his number to 99 for Wild Thing. Number 4, I have Garrett Cole he had 3.5 ERA last year, but he also led the AL in strikeouts with 257. I mean, he's Yankees ace. He's pitching fairly well. I mean, he's short a little bit last year. Got in some tough situations, but I mean, I definitely think he's still one of the best pitchers in the league. Number 3, Sandy Alcantara, 2.28 ERA, 207 strikeouts, obviously NL Cy Young. Number 2, I have Justin Verlander. Like Eddie said, 1.75 ERA, 185 strikeouts, AL Cy Young winner. Definitely going to be interesting watching him the next 2 seasons with the Mets. Like you said, he's getting up there in age. He's 39, going to be 40 this season. Hopefully he can still bring it like he's been. My number 1, I give him number 1 if he shows up and can last or play the whole season. I'm going to say Jacob deGrom. He's insane. I mean, he's untouchable when he's on. One thing that I found while I was looking into this, he had a 3.08 ERA, but he had 102 strikeouts in 11 games. That's absurd. I mean, with the Rangers now, hopefully he can stay healthy and pitch full season and be as dominant as he's been the past few years.
I like that. I like the hot take there at 5 for Spencer Strider.
Spencer Strider's fun, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play this year.
I think he's going to have a really good year. I do like that he changed his number too. That's pretty tough. So I sound like a homer. All right. Number 10 for me is Aaron Nola. The guy's ridiculous, man. He's got one of the best curveballs in the game currently. I'm just saying, I think he is a top 10 pitcher in the league.
All right. I like Aaron Nola.
So, all right. For number 9, I got Yu Darvish. The guy is an absolute beast for the Padres. I love that he has like 13 different pitches that he can throw. I don't know what his ERA was last year, but the way he performed in the playoffs, I mean, it was disgusting the way he throws. For number 8, I got deGrom. Now I need to see more from him, obviously, this year coming up.
Holy shit! I'm gonna pass out. deGrom at number 8. Oh my god! I can't wait to hear the rest of this list now.
deGrom at 8 because, I mean, obviously he was injured last year. And if he could perform the way he did years prior, I mean, he could be the most dominant pitcher in baseball. That's why I have him at 8. For number 7, I do have Spencer Strider. Now, he is one of the best rookie pitchers I think I've ever seen, to be perfectly honest. He's a dominant guy, second in the rookie of the year, right? Mm-hmm. I think this year he comes out, and that pair with him and Max Fried is just going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be disgusting.
It's going to be scary facing those lineups in the NL East, but I think they can manage very well. For 6, speaking of the guy, Max Fried, I think they very, very well compared together. There we go. So, I mean, same explanation there. Young guy, dominant pitcher. For 5, Zach Wheeler. Now, Zach Wheeler has been the workhorse of the Phillies rotation last year. He still has it, and I think if he can maintain healthy throughout the year, he could be very good.
I can understand your argument with putting Wheeler and Nola on the top 10 list, but to put Wheeler over Nola?
Absolutely, I would. I mean, I think he had. Right. I got to look at the ERAs. I should have looked.
I'd probably put No, Wheeler had a 2.82, and I think Nola had a 3.1. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think
I
it was
know,
around 3.
I know. Wheeler had a 2.82 for a fact. Aaron Nola had a 3.2. I was right. Well, me and Zavonch were right. 3.2. So I
mean,
could.
that's mainly why.
Yeah.
Eddie was saying that the Wheeler should be like the ace over Noah.
I was gonna.
but
Yeah,
that just wouldn't happen.
I was gonna put Wheeler at number 8 on my list. Honestly, I think he's dominant.
I put him high. I just think he's the best pitcher in the Phillies rotation currently, and I think he still has it in him. He just got to stay healthy. He could just be dominant. For number 4, I do have Alcantara. Like you guys were saying, I mean he's very good. He's very good, and then this year coming up, I can't wait to see him. For number 3, I have Justin Verlander. Obviously up there in age, but still producing, solid all around. 2, Framber Valdez. Very controversial, that high up on the list, but the guy, let's be real, he is one of the most dominant pitchers that the Phillies have seen all postseason, right? That was just coming off of one series that I've seen him really, because I don't really watch the Houston Astros. But I mean, the guy was very good, and I want to see what he does throughout the next season coming up here. So number 1, Ohtani, obviously, obvious choice. I don't have Garrett Cole on the list, but he would probably be at 11. And I was also considering putting Nasty Nectar on the list as well. I think he's funny to watch. He doesn't have a lot of oomph behind his pitches, but the way he throws is just unorthodox and just entertaining to see.
The only reason I really didn't have DeGrom or Cole on my list is because Cole gave up a lot of home runs this year, and I just think that I don't know. I think Cole. I was gonna put Cole on my list. I just couldn't put him over the list over the guys I had on my list. To be honest, I just think everyone was so dominant. Like Rodon at 6. Like I was gonna put him at 3. Like this. Like I just think so many people last year did so good. Like Shane McClanahan. Like we're missing so many names probably, but like I think this year and like last year, baseball is getting like it's becoming pitcher like. Well, it's always been, but like pitchers are really starting to like show who the hell they are. Like
I know a hot take. You know, a hot take too that people might think is that none of us mentioned Corbin Burns or Brandon Woodruff.
Mm-hmm.
I really considered putting Corbin Burns in my top 5, but I just had a better argument in my head for Colin Strider, in my opinion. I mean, Corbin Burns definitely is one of the top, 15 pitchers in the league. Some people might put him top 10. Some people might put him top 5. I mean, he's a dominant pitcher as well, but I mean, you gotta see what he does.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't like my list comparing it to yours, like both of yours, because you guys have stats to back it up. I mean, I kind of just went off of like, hey, this guy sounds pretty good, but I mean, I just sound like an idiot, but it's fine. It's fine. So, Eddie, your list was really good. I really do think that could be probably on MLB Network's list. But then again, I mean, I could disagree with you at some points. But
yeah, I think I think I'm not saying this because it's my list. I think that like I at least got like at least 6 of them. At least 6 of them. Maybe not in the right position, but I think I got at least 6 of them that are going to be on that list. 6, 7. Yeah.
I also didn't mention Urias either. I forgot to mention Urias. I forgot all about him. I was gonna put him in the top 10.
That's what I was saying, dude. Like I was gonna put him in my top 5 just because of that, like that ERA and like his wins are like. I forgot Max Fried too. 20. He had 21 wins last year. Like I said, so many pitchers like did so freaking good last year. Like you can't really, like I don't know. Like I don't have Cole on my list. I don't have Cortez on my list. Like Cortez was a Cy Young candidate last year. Like
he was leading Cy Young voting for most of the season. I think close to it.
Like it's crazy. Like this is why I just love baseball so much. Like, it's crazy what they could do with that ball. Like, people, like I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I can hit a baseball. I can hit off a major league pitcher." You can't. No, you can't. You can't. Like, it's disgusting what they could do. Like, I just like, in my opinion, hitting a baseball is the hardest thing in all sports. So like, what those pitchers could do, they gotta get their respect for it. Like what Verlander's doing at 40 years old, he gotta get his respect. Well, 1.75 at 40, that's disgusting. So like, I don't know. I just think like this year's gonna be real good. Last year was fun. Like no one did you expect the Phillies to make the World Series? Come on.
I always expected the Phillies would make the World Series. No,
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, that was
Like-
last season was the
like-
most fun.
Yeah,
I've
like
had
last year
watching
was fun. Like I'm a Mets fan and they got eliminated the first round, but that postseason was fun. Like the whole baseball year was fun. Like we saw a lot of rookies come out. We saw Julio Rodriguez destroy the league. We saw Pena have a hell of postseason. We saw a lot. We
Judge
saw
breaks the AL record.
yeah. We saw Judge hit 62 home runs. We saw a glimpse of Gunnar Henderson. He didn't even play a full year, and I think he's gonna be a god. Like this year's gonna be real fun. Like this year's gonna be really good.
That's what I said, I don't know, a couple episodes ago about the rookies this past season and some of the guys coming up in the next season or two. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch for guys come up and make a name for themselves.
Do you guys want to talk about the prospects coming out here? I mean, I didn't really catch most of their names. I know Gunnar was number 1 on a list.
I agree with that.
But I mostly paid
Yeah.
attention to Andy Painter for the Phillies. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I
we can
was
go
watching
through
I was
some
stuff
prospects
on him
this year.
earlier. He's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I was watching stuff on Painter too. He's disgusting. I think like all of our teams are all, like the Phillies, Mets, and Yankees all have really good prospects. Like the Mets have Brett Beatty to look forward to. He might start third base for us this year. Who knows? We have Francisco Alvarez. We have Ronnie Mauricio, who's killing it in the Venezuelan League with Acuna on his team. And then you guys have Painter to look forward to. Who's probably going to end up on the roster this year. And then Volpe and Volpe and Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez, I think, is going to be one of the best center fielders in baseball in the next maybe like 5-7 years. So I think like the future of baseball is real bright. Like it's just getting started. It's not even honestly started yet. It's really
I mean,
not.
top 10 at the MLB they have Gunnar Henderson, they have Corbin Carroll, Francisco Alvarez, Jordan Walker, Anthony Volpe, Andrew Painter, Grayson Rodriguez. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's going to be a stud too. Jackson Trio, Marcelo Mayer, and Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh, Ellie De La Cruz is supposed to be real good for the Reds.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I really
look
think
at
Gunner's
this
gonna
whole
help out
list.
the
I mean,
Orioles.
there's a lot of guys on here that are really good players that are going to be exciting to watch when they come up.
I honestly can't wait to see Painter. Like, I'm not a Phillies fan, obviously, but like, I just can't. I think
You know
he's
what's
gonna be
crazy about that
disgusting.
though? They were saying it's going to be a competition between Painter and Bailey Falter for
Ew,
that 5 spot. I'm
that's
like,
disgusting.
Bailey Falter didn't last 1 inning against the Padres. What do you mean?
Yeah, like Bailey Falter. Like, no.
Also, you know who we forgot to talk about? Musgrove for the Padres as well. As
Yeah.
one of the top. I think he's really good.
Mhm. He shoved against the Mets bat.
Yeah,
He shoved. Like
he
that
left,
was.
he left Pittsburgh and just tore it up.
That's what I mean. Like so many teams. I feel like I was watching. I just watch a lot of videos and like what teams like did stupid moves. Like the Marlins could have been so good. The Mets obviously could have been really good if they kept Darno, Wheeler, and everyone they had. The who else got over? Dude, the Dodgers had Yordan Alvarez. I did not know this. Could you imagine if the Dodgers didn't trade Yordan Alvarez?
I didn't know
Like
that.
what?
He disgusting.
Like Mookie Betts and him in the outfield. Like
Yeah.
that's it's just like it just sucks knowing like when you're a young player in the MLB, like when you're young, not in the MLB, but like when you're a young prospect, but then you're seeing people in their prime play so good, and you get like you're working your ass off. You're working your ass. Like let's say like I'll give an example. Let's say Gabriel Morano from the Blue Jays, the catcher. You got
Mm.
Danny Jansen and Alejandro Kirk as their catchers right now in the MLB. Gabriel Morano was literally a top 20 prospect, I believe, last year. The Blue Jays traded him for Don Varsho. Gabriel Morano worked his ass off to try and be in that Blue Jays lineup. It just sucks knowing that like you're a young player and you're getting traded for people in their prime, and you could be so much better than them. Like let's think. Yordan Alvarez was traded for like I don't even know. Like I don't even think. I think they might have DFA'd Yordan Alvarez. Like I don't even know who they got. Like the Dodgers literally just get Yordan going. Yordan's arguably one of the best hitters in MLB right now. Like it's crazy. Like I think,
Well, look at
I just think you got to give them time to develop. Like I don't think you can let them go that early, dude. It's like I don't know.
I think one of my favorite trades like that, like you were talking about, was the Fernando Tatis Jr. trade. Who the hell did they give up?
Yes,
Like
Tatis
37-year-old pitcher
Yes,
for
yeah,
some prospect named Fernando Tatis
Yeah,
Jr. And he
yeah.
came into the league and destroyed
yeah.
it.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
what team what team was Tatis a prospect for? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I know he got traded, which is crazy.
Yeah,
like
he
that's
got
what I
traded
mean.
for like nothing.
Yeah, Yordan was traded for nothing. Like it's crazy. Gabriel Morano was traded for Don Varsho, which I think Don Varsho is definitely going to help that Blue Jays lineup. But Gabriel Morano is probably going to end up starting for the Diamondbacks at some point. So like, and if he's a good catcher for the Diamondbacks, he's going to just I don't know. I just think it's really stupid to give up, especially like top prospects. Like Gabriel Morano was a top prospect. You know what I mean? Like they traded a top prospect. I don't think you should do that. You got to give them time to develop. Like if the Mets were to trade, like if I remember last season when Soto was about to get traded, the Mets. I saw a lot of people saying that the Mets were trying to trade Beatty and Francisco Alvarez for Soto. I didn't want to do that because like I just think they're going to develop and like Soto's Juan Soto, but Brett Beatty's first at bat in the MLB at a home run. Like that's potential. Like I don't know.
I see that Tatis was signed as an international prospect by the White Sox.
Yeah, he was a White Sox. Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy. And the White Sox were good for a little bit there too. They just kind of
Yeah, for
fell off
Eric
the face of
Johnson.
the earth. Yeah,
I could imagine. Could you imagine him and Tim Anderson in the middle infield? That'd be tough.
that'd be ridiculous. I don't know why they're going to have him playing right field.
I don't know.
Like it makes no sense to me. Yeah, Colton Wong is good, right? That's their second baseman, right?
To the pot. No, he's Colin Wong's on the Mariners now.
It's
Cronenworth.
No, I can't think of his name. Ha-Seong Kim.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's
Yeah,
not kidding.
but he's a good second baseman. But I would put Tatis at second. Your infield is loaded at that point. I mean, go out and get like a cheap right fielder. I mean, yeah, you need a guy that hits, but that would be a ridiculous infield.
You have they have. You could put Cronenworth at first too. You literally have Cronenworth. You have Cronenworth at first. Tatis at second, Bogarts at short, and Manny Machado at
Think
third.
about that, man. That is probably the best infield ever.
That's gross.
That'd be ridiculous.
I might make that on the show later. To be honest.
Yeah, that's
just
gross.
to see what happens. But I mean, I'm excited for the season coming up. We got the first postseason, the first postseason game, first spring training game. What the 20th, 21st, something like that.
Dude, I know the Mets played their first spring training game on the 26th. I know like spring training starts 23rd. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And then
I know pitchers reporting at 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like that.
And then the World Baseball Classic's gonna be that Dominican. I was looking at the Dominican team.
That Dominican team is insane.
Julio Rodriguez is on the bench. Like what? How do you have Julio Rodriguez on the bench?
Oh
like,
God!
Like
I want to hear some opinions though. You know how Jazz is on the cover and everything like that. It is Miami Marlins jersey. Do you think they're actually going to pay him the money after he's still on rookie contract, right? He didn't reach free agency or arbitration or anything yet. Do you think they're actually going to pay him the money, or do you think he's going to end up walking because I mean it's the Miami.
I think they'll
Marlins.
pay him. Like I know it's the Miami Marlins, but dude, I really love Jazz Chisholm. Like I think he's such a stud. Like he's so fun. He's so fun to watch. Like yeah, it's the Miami Marlins. Like he's on the Miami Marlins, but like he's just so fun to watch. Like last year, he was like, remember when he did the Euro step into home plate? Like that was so tough. Like he just like everything about him, like his poise, his swagger. Like he's just such a good player. Like fans love him. He sells tickets, obviously. Like just like him being on the cover is gonna sell the game a lot. Like I know like him being on that cover is gonna sell a lot of copies of the MLB The Show. Like I see them signing him, re-signing him. I don't see like it's either him or Alcantara. They're gonna have to make the choice, honestly. So like it's 50-50 right now that I think about it because they're gonna have to keep him or Alcantara. And they're probably gonna
That's a tough decision to make.
Alcantara. Yeah, that's a real.
It's
like,
tough to let him walk
tough.
to sign Jazz.
It's real tough because you know that if you let Jazz go, here comes everyone else. Here comes all the other owners that have more than you ready to swoop in and get him. So like, I don't know.
I'm sure if the Marlins don't pay him, someone will pay him a lot of money.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah. I don't know. I could see him.
Another hot take.
I mean, I know nothing. What's up?
I think J-Rod got robbed for the cover of the show, in my opinion. I was praying it was going to be J-Rod, and he got robbed.
I just think it's because, dude, Jazz is just so cool. Like he's just so cool, dude. Like that cute, that big ass James Fire.
Maybe DeGrom on the cover. No, I'm just joking.
Nasty Nestor on the cover. What are you talking about?
Dude, that would actually be pretty tough, though.
They put Nasty Nestor on the cover of the show. Oh my god,
that would be.
Is Acuna on the cover? Acuna would be fire. Acuna
is he ever on the cover? I know Tatis was on 17.
That'd be
right.
He's on 21.
Tatis on 20.
Or yeah, 21. Who am I thinking of?
17. 17 was Griffey, I think.
Yeah, it was Griffey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know. Do you think that there's a curse going around the whole thing, like the Madden?
No,
curse?
it's not like Madden. No way, it ain't like Madden.
Well, Shohei was on it this year. Did you see him do bad this year?
No.
It was one MVP.
He almost won MVP and Cy Young. Like what?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know. Like, that's what I mean, dude. Like, how could you be a top 3 candidate for MVP? Like, well, yeah, you like obviously pitchers could win MVP, but like, dude, it's just crazy to me. Like, that's just like he honestly might win both. Like, there might be a year where that guy wins both. That's the year I'm literally like, all right, he's the guy. Like, he's the greatest I've ever seen do it. Like, that's crazy.
He's gonna win it when he's with the Dodgers next year. Calling it right now. First year with the Dodgers.
He's gonna win it on the Yankees. Calling it right now.
Yo, imagine, dude. I would not want to face the Yankees. I would not want to face the Yankees.
If the Yankees got Ohtani, oh my god!
One of the greatest games ever to be played on a baseball field. New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. If like those rosters are absolutely loaded, and plus if the Mets go out and sign like they did this year, like sign Machado at third base, dude, it would be the great. And the Yankees get Ohtani. Imagine how good that game would be. Dude, I can't.
Steve Cohen's going after Machado and Ohtani next year, which is absolutely like, if I'm not kidding, like I'm not getting my hopes up for anything because I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna get either of them. But if I happen to wake up one day to see Ohtani and then the next morning Machado, a Met, that's literally insane. That's literally over.
You guys have $1 billion payroll. Yeah,
that's over $1 million because you're paying Ohtani at least $500 million.
At least. He might ask for more if he comes to the East Coast.
Yeah. Like, this year's going to be so fun. I can't wait.
I think it's going to be a good time this year.
So I think the Yankees and the Phillies play in April. early April in New York. So I mean that'll be a pretty good series. I think it's only a 2-game series, but still.
I think so.
Looking forward to that one. Of course, the Phillies are going to be playing the Mets a shit ton this year.
Yeah, I was doing the game I'm going to is May 30th, and I was doing like before when once I saw we got Kodai Senga and I knew what the rotation was, I went on the calendar and I just counted what days who would pitch one days, and the day before May 29th, the Mets play the Athletics and the 5 for us pitches. So the next day I go to the game and I'm seeing the ace and I'm gonna shit bricks. I'm seeing Verlander or Scherzer, and then I'm seeing probably Nola, which is gonna be insane, and I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome, dude. I could if Correa was on the team, dude. I'm on the third baseline too, dude. That's when, dude. That's why when I saw Correa, dude, oh my god, I was like,
are you going to see him in the bank or up in Citi Field?
Citi Field.
I was gonna say you shouldn't wear your Mets uniform at the bank.
No. No.
Yeah, I think if you wear your Mets gear, this is Bank Park, you might get robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or mugged or beat up.
Dude, did you guys see Joey Bosa?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I can afford those fines.
Yeah. What?
Dude's on roids, it seems. Getting some rage there.
That's what I mean. I can't be seen in Philly. If they're going to Joey Bosa and saying that shit to him, what are they gonna do to me? What?
Dude, Philly fans are different.
They are.
Oh man.
They're awesome though. I mean, I wouldn't
They're a
trade
whole
it for the
other
world.
breed, man.
Dude, I'm looking at shit after they won the NFC Championship. I'm seeing people breaking the bus stops, dude. I'm seeing a girl. I saw a girl get in a stretcher and she's literally smiling at the camera just because it was crazy. I wouldn't. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a scary but beautiful place to play if you're there, you know.
It's gonna be scary if they don't win that Super Bowl. Because
probably.
Because I don't know.
This turned into the fade.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
No, but if the Phillies make the playoffs and they're a top seed, and the Mets. I mean, if they're able to play either in the divisional round or imagine I don't know if that would actually happen, but for the ALC or the NLCS, Mets, Phillies, that would be ridiculous. I can't.
I'm praying to see one day a Mets Yankees World Series before I die. I'm praying.
That would be tough.
I'm just praying to see the Mets in the World Series again, dude. That's all I want.
I don't know.
I saw
that freaking lineup this year is looking good.
I saw them against the Royals, dude, with Daniel Murphy batting third. That lineup is nothing compared to this one. I don't know. This is either this year or nothing. It's either this year or the next year or nothing, honestly. We got 3 years to do something. That's how I look at it.
Feel bad for Giovanni. I mean, he's been waiting a while for those Yankees to get back into the World Series. 2009 was the last time. I mean, they can't. I think they're going to be either a 1 or 2 seed this year coming into the playoffs. I mean, it's always going to be between the Astros and the Yankees.
If the Astros somehow miraculously get knocked out of playoffs or get knocked out before the World Series,
yeah, I see the Yankees cruising to the World Series then probably.
They're just got to get rid of the Astros somehow, and then someone else will win.
And it can't be you guys though, because you guys haven't.
Yeah,
they're the least favorited team, going into.
They're your kryptonite, dude.
Exactly.
They're your kryptonite, bad. I get the fact that Altuve had a wire, but even without the wire, dude, they're
yeah. Right. Listen.
Yeah, but
clean this shit up again.
This year's gonna be so fun, dude. All of us have some. Imagine being an Athletics fan. Like, what do you have? What do you
Yeah,
have to
you
look
don't have
forward
much.
to?
That's what I hate about.
Like,
That's the
what?
one thing I hate about baseball, and I like about football is that the cap space. You know, it makes the
Mhm.
whole league competitive. I mean, even though you have teams that are like Texans, but still, I mean, compare the Athletics or who else? I mean, there's a bunch of low market teams that just suck, and they have nothing to play for, and then the fans don't show up, and they get like 3,000 people in the crowd, like the Athletics. And it's just not good for the game. So, and then you have the Mets spending $800 million. You know, like the freaking Athletics are paying maybe two, maybe two.
I'm not kidding. The only person I saw them sign this year was Jesus Aguilar, and I might have been for like 1.5 million.
I don't think that was a big
Literally.
contract at all.
That was huge. They had to reach deep there.
Yeah, like it's
They were breaking
I
that
don't-
community
like
money for
imagine
that
being
one.
imagine being a
They didn't take out
Nationals
a
fan.
bank loan from that.
Being a Nationals fan must suck. Being a Nationals fan actually must suck, knowing that your team was so good and they
And then
just
they
all
lose
gone.
everybody.
Yeah, you won a
And it's all
World
the
Series and now they
NL
don't
teams
care.
too.
Yeah,
It's all the NL teams. It's literally Soto to the Padres, Harper to the Phillies. Man, that's horrible. That would suck. Turner to the Phillies. I mean, that's got to be rough.
yeah.
And they
it
talk
sucks,
so
man.
much too when they were winning.
Yeah,
Like this is the dynasty
Mhm. Yeah.
that lasted what 1 year.
Mhm. They're bad. They are
Yeah.
bad.
Who is worse? Who would win in a 7-game series? The Nationals or the Athletics?
I'm saying the Nationals probably though.
Probably the Nationals.
I don't know, dude. I
The
don't
Athletics are
know.
horrible. They don't have anybody.
Yeah,
bro.
they're
playing with,
bad.
like
They have Ramon.
40
They have
40
Ramon
year-old
Laureano. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
he'll
know.
probably test positive for PEDs again.
probably. I
Yeah,
heard that they
don't-
were going to move out of Oakland. I don't know if that's how true that is, but if they move out of Oakland, that would kind of suck. Like, what if they move to Vegas? I think that would be good for the team.
Dude, they were another team that was good. Donaldson, Cespedes.
Yeah.
Donaldson wasn't.
They were literally the
Donaldson
Nationals.
wasn't
Yeah.
athletic. Yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Donaldson, Cespedes. They had. Didn't they
Yeah.
have They had a good lefty, dude. Did they have Matt Olson?
They did at
think
one
so.
point.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't know if it was the same team with all of them, but I know
Yeah.
they did have Matt
I'm
Olson
pretty.
at one point.
Yeah, like they were good, dude. Like
That
Oh.
movie, the Moneyball, was probably just all profits go to
Mhm.
the actual baseball team, so they could
It was a
get
fundraiser
into
for the
the
Athletics.
Coliseum. Yeah.
that movie's good though.
Great
It's crazy
movie,
how
though.
it's
Yeah.
crazy how they did that. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy how they
That actually
signed all
makes a lot of
those-
sense, and I'm surprised that the teams don't really. I mean, I don't know if it would work 100% of the time, based on
Yeah, I don't-
statistics, but I
And
mean,
I
to
don't
spend the
see-
amount of money that teams are spending now.
Yeah, and plus like Jonah Hill, I don't know if that guy was a real. That guy was literally a computer. Like he was saying
Yeah.
stats out of his brain. Like,
He went to
was-
Yale, so
Yeah, he was going like he would snap his fingers and he would say players OVPs. Like
Yeah.
what? Like I don't know if that was real, but that movie's real good. Like I saw a thing that like that movie's the reason why the Athletics like I heard that after that movie everyone wanted to leave. Like I heard that that's the reason they suck now because of that movie.
wow. Oh, let's do something fun real quick. We'll do top 3 baseball movies of all time.
Ooh.
My
My number
for the fun
one.
of it, why not?
Yeah, number one, I gotta go with my favorite movie of all time. Probably I got Sandlot 1. Do I put Benchwarmers 2, dude?
Benchwarmers. is-
Benchwarmers 2.
I don't-
That's
I
pretty
don't-
high.
Yeah, that is pretty. Oh,
Oh,
Bad News
wait.
Bears. No, Bad News Bears is 2.
Bad news.
I have
Bears.
Bad News Bears at 2.
I thought you were talking about the second Benchwarmers. I was gonna say that is the worst movie I think I've ever
Oh
watched.
no! Like,
I was gonna
I'm
say,
putting,
that was terrible.
no. I'm putting like I'm at number 2.
Putting it number 2. Okay.
I'm probably gonna put the old Bad News Bears at number 2, not the newest one. The old Bad News Bears was good, and then at number 3, I'm gonna have to go Field of Dreams or Angels in the Outfield. That was good.
Yeah, I'd probably go Moneyball, Major League, and then Trouble with
how
the
could I
Curve.
forget
Major League,
Major
good.
League, dude? How could I forget Major League,
I love that
bro?
movie.
See, I want to put Durham Bulls up there. All right, so number 1, I'm gonna have to put Field of Dreams. I think that's probably my favorite baseball movie. 2 is Major League. That's pretty easy.
I can't believe I fucking
3.
forgot that.
3's tough. I don't know. It's like a tie between Moneyball and Sandlot. Because I like Moneyball for like the real life aspect of it, and then Sandlot is just like an iconic.
I just love
movie.
this. I just love the story of the Sandlot. Like,
Yeah.
not knowing who Babe Ruth is and getting the ball. Like what?
You know,
Like,
like Trouble with the Curve though. It's a good movie.
Trouble with the Curves is a really good one. That's with Clint Eastwood, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The 100-year-old man that doesn't age.
Yeah, he's still making movies.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino movies though, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun season coming up here. To be honest, Philly's taking it all. Calling right now, put money on it. Yeah, that wraps up episode 8 of the Baseline Podcast. Stay tuned for Philadelphia Sports Radio, and also stay tuned for the Fade Podcast. And we will be back next week, episode 9, probably talking about the same BS that we're talking about now until the season starts, and then the shit talk will commence. All right, let's have some fun. See you next week.